let's try this again. We're here for Nervous System Triage Week, Day 5. I was live for a little bit already, and I'm not entirely sure if you can hear me. So let's start a new one. Hopefully y'all can hear me this time. So we will wait just a second and see if the people that were on before. Okay, Dina, can you hear me now? I wish I could cut out the beginning of this. Yes, sound. Good. Okay, we are with sound. I'm pretty sure I got a phone call halfway through the last live, so I think that was the problem. That probably cut it off. Good to know for the future, though. So I'm pretty sure that's all gone. So let's just start over. Maybe people will pop in again. So we are here to talk about tapping yet again. I'm just finding my space in my notes. Okay. So we're here today to talk about tapping or emotional freedom technique, EFT, tapping. It's the same kind of thing. So if you don't know what tapping is, it's just essentially you're going to be tapping different parts in your body which correspond to meridian points and acupuncture points to help calm your nervous system and help to calm the biological reaction to kind of danger signals in your body. So there's actually a lot of science behind this too. So in 2012, there was a study done where cortisol levels were measured before the session and after. And there was two groups, one that was getting tapping and one that was getting standard talk therapy. And each got the treatment for 50 minutes. And the EFT tapping group had 24% drop in cortisol, where the talk therapy group only had 14% drop in cortisol. So that's a pretty big difference. And then it's been shown to help adolescents with test anxiety. And then in one of the most impactful studies, I think, there was a group of veterans, war veterans with PTSD. And they either got standard talk therapy or 6 weeks of talk therapy or 6 weeks of tapping once a week. And after 6 weeks, 90% of the vets tapping in the tapping group no longer met the criteria for PTSD. So that is how powerful this can be. So as I said at the beginning, tapping works because we're tapping on meridian points in our body. So we have kind of these centers, like how acupuncture works. They work on meridian points in your body to modulate energy and kind of biological reactions. So one of the things that tapping does is work with the amygdala to help kind of modulate the reaction of the amygdala. So when we are triggered or something happens, the amygdala sends danger signals. So that is what kind of is the catalyst for the fight, flight, freeze reaction and everything, is your amygdala goes, whoa, we're in danger. So that is what we're helping to kind of calm down and regulate. That's the word I was going for, regulate. So it knows when to send those signals and when not to send those signals. Because that's the biggest thing, especially in PTSD and trauma. When you are triggered, your body is just sending these signals, so we have to kind of retrain it so it knows when to send the signals, when there's actually an emergency, or it's just freaking out because we're triggered. So how to actually do tapping. So first you want to, so you're going to be kind of targeting any kind of negative, uncomfortable emotion. So that could be fear, it could be anxiety, it could be worry, which is kind of all the same thing. It could be anything like that, or sadness. So first you want to rate the emotion. So in my previous live from 10 minutes ago, I used anxiety about a trip tomorrow. So I will do something different, maybe fear about an interview for this time. So maybe tomorrow I have an interview that I'm really nervous about, and so I rate that emotion as 8 out of 10. So you have to know where you're coming from to be able to know if you're changing anything, right? So we have to rate it first. And then we have our setup statement. So it's going to be, even though I'm feeling whatever the feeling is about whatever the situation is, I love and accept myself. So it could be like, even though I am feeling this fear about this interview tomorrow, I love and accept myself. Even though I feel this anxiety about going to the dentist tomorrow, I love and accept myself. Even though I am feeling this worry about a possible new diagnosis, I love and accept myself. So like those are all examples, obviously. So you would kind of create that setup statement based on whatever is happening, and then you will repeat it 3 to 5 times on this karate chop point. So this is where we always going to start from. So it would look like, even though I am experiencing this fear around the interview tomorrow, I love and accept myself. So even though I'm experiencing this fear around my interview tomorrow, I love and accept myself. And then even though I am experiencing this fear around my interview tomorrow, I love and accept myself. So you say that 3 to 5 times on the karate chop point. And then we go to the tapping points, which is your eyebrow, side of your eye, under nose, your chin, your collarbone, under your arm, and then top of your head. And then after the setup statement, we go this anxiety or this fear, like this, whatever the feeling is. So this fear, this fear, this fear, this fear. And you can do 4 fingers, 1 finger, 2 hands, like however it feels better for you. So this fear, this fear, this fear, this fear, and then do this 3 to 5 times too, going all through the points. This fear 3 to 5 times. And then that's the kind of the end of the sequence. So then you would rate your emotion again. So are you still feeling that like overwhelming fear, anxiety, worry, whatever? Has it gone down from an 8? Has it gone down from a 9? Has it gone down from a 7? Like wherever you rated it first, has it gone down at all? If it's gone down, like, and you feel fine, that you can move, like, continue with your day, that's great. If you feel like it's gone down a little bit, but there could be better, then you can continue with this too. So you can do it again and change your setup statement just a little bit. So it could be like, even though I still have some fear around this interview, I accept how I feel and choose to relax. So it could be like that. You just change it a little bit. So it might get into your brain a little bit differently. And then rate it and kind of go through the whole sequence again, like rate the beginning, rate at the end, and see if it changed again. And then you could even put in positive statements too. Like, I have faith in my ability to change. Or I love going to the doctor. Or things like that. Like, I'm becoming relaxed and a joyful person. Or I love the person that I'm becoming. Or I'm accomplishing so much. You know, like, you can change it that way too. So, yeah, that's tapping. I have actually really found a lot of, that I really like tapping, a lot of success with tapping. It really helps in the moment for me a lot too, especially when I'm starting to spiral and like kind of get into my head with stuff. I'm like, wait a minute, let's stop here. And whenever I kind of use tapping, it really kind of helps. So at least bring it down like 3 points, I think, for me, if not more. So, yeah, so I'm sorry about the confusion, no sound. I got a phone call on the last one, so that screwed up my sound. So we've redone it, but I've really enjoyed this week, and I will see you later.